Peace, love, good health, and black power. Today is a special day. I got my main man with me, Maurice Flythe. And for me, I feel like to have a fashion consultant on the show is very important to the black man because I think we kind of missed that. Okay, so before we start, I got to introduce my big brother Mo. And I always keep my main man here with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And so, Mo, Tim, I've been knowing you 35, 40 years. And you've been, what's the new word? Lit, fly? What? I don't even know. I'm so far in the new. But you always
I've been me. I always been me.
Very nice dresser.
And going to say that, I think too many people are trying to fit in with the trend.
Man.
And buying things based on labels, and they're not true to themselves.
Right.
I can say for you, as well as me as Moot, we always stay true to ourselves and dress what we like.
Right.
And it came out to everybody like
right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people don't know how to dress because they don't know how to dress. Because it's not, they don't dress according to their character, what they like.
Right.
They trying to perceive to be something that they're not.
Right.
The clothes don't make you, you make the clothes.
Right.
So I can't take that shirt off you.
Right.
And it makes me feel the same way it makes you feel.
Right.
So I'm not going to carry it, and not going to look the same, it's not going to feel the same.
Right.
You know. So I think the biggest problem is that with a lot of younger generation, especially as a Washingtonian, we got away from being Washingtonians. We want to be like, at 1 minute, Waldy. We want to be like the people in the South.
Right.
You know, we want to be like the dudes in L.A. We want to be like everybody where they don't even know when DC dudes travel.
Man.
Everybody know you from DC.
Ooh. Oh, and especially Uptown.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
No disrespect to nobody else, especially Uptown.
Back when we was going to the fights in Vegas or going all over, people knew exactly where you was from.
Yeah.
They knew you was from DC because our arrogance, you know, we was arrogant. We had that swag because we was small people. They thought we was country, but we had the swag.
Right.
And we could box.
Right.
and we could box. So, you know, and the young kids, I don't know how we dropped the ball. Yeah. But we dropped the ball because we would never walk the streets without pants sagging. Because I'm gonna have on me a Gucci belt, or I'm gonna have me a belt on, and I'm gonna have my pants looking good. Yeah. Because we couldn't go Joker. You're gonna get joned out. You ain't coming on Georgia Avenue looking any kind of way.
Yeah.
You're not coming in the go-go looking any kind of way.
Right.
And I think also back on the females start accepting any type of dude.
Man.
Because when we was growing up, even if you ain't had the money, you had to look good. You had some type of talk game. You had to have some type of talk game.
Play some sports.
You had to be some type of dude.
Yeah.
And we knew we couldn't be regular dudes to compete.
Right.
So you had to find your niche. I like dressing.
Right.
I could play sports. I go out there and I go try out for a team because they think I'm soft. I'll make the team and then quit. Because I wanted to run after the females. That was my sport. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to look good. But I could still do everything else that everybody else do, but I had to stay true to myself. Right. Which sometimes got me in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Right. But it going back to dressing is really when somebody can stay true to themselves and accent themselves and express themselves through their dress, how they dress.
Well, let me ask you a question. How did you get into fashion?
I don't even know, man. I can remember when I was in Maya Elementary, right? I used to cry to wear suits. My mom like, what the hell?
Elementary?
Man, I didn't start wearing tennis shoes until I got an adult.
Right.
I always loved fashion. I always liked dressing.
Right.
I remember when MCM came out and the EK glasses, right? So I'm like 15, 16. I'm coming to school with slide-on Bally's. Right. A clutch bag, MCM with some. You can't say nigga gay or what? What's this nigga? Who is this nigga? We got on tennis shoes. Who is this nigga? I got 3 chains, pinky ring. You know. They say, who is this dude? Why is he? But that's just what I like.
They do the same thing.
You know, because I always I pride myself on respect.
Right.
I don't want to be disrespected on no level.
Right.
So when you demand respect and you command respect, you get respect, and that starts with your dress and your appearance. Because the first thing when a person see you is they see you.
Right.
So if you look like a bum, you're gonna get treated like a bum. You look like a player or a gentleman, they're gonna treat you accordingly until you open up your mouth. Then things change.
Right. Right.
But by first glance, people treat you as you perceive, as you put it out there.
Right.
So if you dress nice, people have a tendency to treat you nice.
Okay.
You know, if you dress like a thug, people gonna say, man, I don't mess with that nigga. I don't know if he gonna rob me. I don't know what this dude up to.
Right.
So I think, you know, again, it's sad that the disconnect came with the youngins and us because, I mean, and I travel. I go different places. And it's the same all around the world. And the sad thing about it, every hood think they doing something different.
Right.
And if they was to get out their hood and travel, they see they look just like the same dude in New Orleans, same dude in California, same dudes in Ohio. All y'all look the same, dirty.
You know, just to speak about that a little bit, what happened was, because I remember growing up, DC had his unique style. Even, you can tell Joker from Maryland, you be like, oh, he a Maryland bound. You can tell Joker, then they had Baltimore dudes look different, New York dudes look different, but what happened is social media and the whole access of like everything now is on time. So especially with the rap and all that. So what happened was everybody just got blended in together and looked the same because everything people we represent what's happening right in social media in the rap world. So now like I say, because I used to live in LA, all the jokers look the same. You go to Baltimore, they look the same. New York, they look the same. All the jokers look the same. And so, but back then, you only had you couldn't even get hit on the phone. Like if you weren't at home, you weren't gonna get unless later on you got the carry the military phone back in the day. But still at the same time,
and you had to have money for that. I got one of those. My bill came for $1,500. I said, "Oh, this is not
$1,500." Yeah. $1,500. But at the same
somebody
time,
talking about, man, can I use your phone? Oh no.
At the same time, it was different because you know you had what you were and what your environment was. Now everything is just on social media. Everything is in the internet world.
So not to be sounding like an old man, because that's how I feel like I sound a lot.
No. Cool.
So you mentioned a key thing, rap, right? And you see how the rap people carry. They call it gutter, keeping it 100, keeping it real. You know, tatted up. I mean, you don't see no. And when we grew up, you looking at the music we was listening to, Maze, Whispers, Temptation. All these dudes had swag.
Yeah.
Cause and even going back to your question, what dress? I seen a Smokey Robinson album cover.
Right.
He had on full mink with some cowboy boots and jeans.
Right.
I seen that joint. I said, I gotta have it. I gotta have that look.
Yeah.
So I'm up in the Ibex with that look. They said, what in the hell is this nigga doing? But that's what our inspiration came from.
Right.
Is our music.
Mm-hmm.
So, like they say, y'all out, you know. But if you look at rap, who in rap that you can honestly look at and say, as me, being where I'm at now, who I can look at and say, that's who I want to emulate. Who I like his style. Who in rap I can say I like their style. Because they all look the same in rap. I mean, you know, Kanye crazy with what he do. Right. But in some ways, I like his style because it's unique. Some of his pieces, not everything.
Yeah.
Some of his
homeless
pieces,
sex.
you know.
But they say Kanye got his style from us.
I can see
that. But if you look at Jay-Z, the mature of Jay-Z, I ain't talking about with the jerseys and stuff. Right. Look at how he swag out. Right. If you go back to Tupac, he was known for wearing Versace. You know, so even when we look back at rap and the people I'm mentioning, they all in our age group. Yeah. So again, the young people, what do they have? They emulating what they see. Right. So if we want to become better as men, we gotta get better images to look at, and that starts with me, you, and we have to up our game because we have to reach back and try to give them some culture, or try to give them something to emulate that's good.
I totally agree.
Right. So me, myself, I got to get better in how I come out the door. I can't come out the door any kind of way just because everybody else looking any kind of way. Because now my son had to look at me and say, he called me old, and like I don't have no swag, but for real, one day it'll come out and say, damn, my dad was doing that.
Yeah.
When he goes shopping, I remember my dad was putting them pieces together.
Right.
And it comes back around.
Right.
But we as men have to step up. Who know better, do better.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. What's your inspiration with these clothes? Where did you grow up from?
My inspiration, like I came out with a shoe line. Tony, if you can grab that gray shoe right there, I can help you with this. So if you look at this gray shoe, right, it's a classic Spectator,
right,
which most young guys wouldn't even know what a Spectator is.
Right.
So what inspired me was I wanted a gray shoe. I had an outfit. I said, man, I want a gray shoe. As men, it was hard for me to find a gray shoe.
Right.
So I'm going to these trade shows and seeing all that the world has to offer in fashion. And unfortunately, we only get what someone else picked for us to bring to our community.
Right.
So if a Jew, Italian, Spanish, and not to be racist in any way, they have their style.
Yeah.
So they're gonna pick what they like to put in their store.
Right.
So we're gonna buy what's in the store, what's available for it, and we're gonna put our own twist and spin to it.
Right.
So one thing I would like to see is that we who love to dress get into the business and learn the business.
Right.
So we're not forced to wear someone else's style.
Right.
We're not influenced by other people in our fashion.
Right.
We have to get in the business to shape it. So going back to what I'm saying, what inspired me is I wanted a gray shoe.
Right.
So when I went to the trade show, I'm looking at a shoe. I'm saying, well, can you do this? Can you do that? So they listening to me.
Right.
They sent it out to Spain and they made me this shoe.
Right.
Now, I challenge anyone to find a Spectator two-tone gray suede shoe.
Man, it's a nice shoe.
So if I see this on your foot, I know it came from me.
Right.
Because we as blacks, we spend the most money, and a lot of people look towards us as towards fashion, right? But we don't have no say in fashion because we're not behind the scenes picking fashion
and making a call
and designing fashion. Right. And I everybody who like that skinny fit, that's cool. But I just want a regular fit.
Yeah.
And I think I look good in a regular fit.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find a regular fit. Why? Because there's nobody like me going to the manufacturers and picking fabrics with the same way I feel.
Right.
So they shape it, influence us how we should dress when we don't have no say in how we should dress. We think we do, but for real, how many of us design? How many of us pick fabrics? How many of us pick cuts?
Right.
So this skinny cut, I wouldn't pick it.
Right.
I want a regular cut.
Right.
Flat front, so I can look slim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we have to get into the business. We have to get in all aspects of business, especially with fashion.
Right.
Because it's shaping the minds of young men who now walking around looking like females.
Real feminine. Yeah.
And that's not a look I want for myself. For those who want that look, that's cool.
Right.
But those who don't want that look, where do we go?
Right.
Let me ask you a question. You're speaking about fashion and everything. What should every man have as a part of his wardrobe? And how should a young man, gentleman, people of our age, middle age, what should be their everyday dress? Maybe you can say their everyday dress. What should they be able to walk out the house with? What should every man have as far as like shoes up to something you mentioned too about watch?
Okay.
Please.
So every young man, I don't care if you're in the 11th grade, because you're about to get interviews and you're about to try to go to college, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to put on a tie.
Right.
Every young man should have a white shirt. I suggest you have 3 white shirts.
Right.
Me, I want 5 to 7 white shirts. Me.
Right.
You might say that looks the same, but a white shirt, you can't beat a white shirt.
Right.
You can put a white shirt on with jeans, and now everybody wearing the Jordan 1s. That's a cool look. I like that look. I personally don't think I look good in tennis shoes.
Right.
So I can wear a white shirt with some blue jeans. You ain't gotta pay no $200 for no jeans. Get you some nice dark blue denim jeans.
Right.
You know, not the cut up ones, not the faded looking ones.
Yeah.
Just get a basic blue jean.
Right.
So that if you don't want to put on khakis and slacks, you can always put on a nice belt, tuck your shirt in with a white shirt and a tie, and some casual shoes.
Right.
Even now, Jordan 1's acceptable.
Right.
You know, because they cost $200 and $300. And you see all the athletes now going back to influencers.
Right.
You see a lot of influencing of the athletes wearing tuxedo with Jordans.
Right.
That took the price of Jordans up.
Right.
That's now everybody wearing Jordan 1.
Right.
They put a
they stamp on that.
they stamped it and they gave it a boost for the Jordan 1s to come back out. So first you gotta have white shirt. You gotta have a nice belt because you need to tuck your shirt in. You can't go everywhere with your shirt out. So you gotta have a nice belt.
Right.
Get some pants that actually fit you.
Right.
That ain't baggy, and then get them cuffed.
Right.
So they ain't dragging the ground. It don't look all crazy. Like you gotta have the right length.
Right.
Pair of jeans, pair of khakis, pair of slacks. You gotta have black slacks.
Right.
You gotta have a black suit.
Right.
You know, preferably a black suit, a blue suit, and a brown suit. Preferably.
Good money.
But the basics of black suit.
Right.
White shirt, black slacks, pair of black shoes, hard bottoms, and casual. You know, now you gotta have some Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
But and then this is very important. One time a young lady asked me, you know what time it is? So she thought I was gonna pull out my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at my watch and said, damn, you're a real man. You actually wear a watch. Because it tells them that you're concerned about time.
Right.
You're focused about time.
Right.
And you know how to tell time. And that's another problem. Young kids today can't tell time on a watch.
Yeah. So you
Oh
see the
man.
vision.
So these things, we deteriorating as men.
Right.
You can't even tell time on a watch.
Man.
You know? So now you gotta fumble for your phone and look for time. And if you go, you can't even tell time on a watch.
Yeah.
You know? It's funny, because now my son is signing things, right? So he see how I sign my name all fancy, right? Because when we was young, we wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
We practiced our signature.
But you know,
Kids don't even practice handwriting anymore.
They don't teach you in school no more. They don't remember we learned cursive
Yeah, so
in
we were out cursive right. So he said,
They
man,
don't
why yours look so fancy? Because when we was growing up,
Yeah.
we always
Yeah.
dream of being famous and writing our autographs.
Right.
So we practiced. I know I did when
Yeah.
I was in junior high. Man, I'm gonna be famous.
Yeah.
I got a hell of a signature to make you think I'm famous.
Yeah.
So it's all about that. So it's a lot of little things that, again, man, is that we, as where we at,
Right.
has to put it back in, because nobody ain't gonna do it. You know, we're endangered species.
Yeah.
And I'm not being racist or anything,
No,
but
no,
it's
no,
real.
it is what it
I'm gonna
is.
give you a prime example. I went to see James Bond, right?
Mhm.
You know, they talk about the English guy supposed to be the new first black James Bond, right? Everybody, what's his name?
Idris Elba. Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, so he's supposed to
they
be the
love
new.
him, man.
He's supposed to be the new James Bond. So I go see the new James Bond, and this is what we're not getting. And when you say this, they saying you being too, you're thinking too far in it. So James Bond is being replaced. They put a black woman as the new James Bond because if we put a black man in an authoritative position and show him dressing nice
Right.
and not like,
Right.
you know, we don't,
I
you
get
know.
you.
So if, because you know James Bond, he's going to dress nice.
Right.
So imagine the image on the screen, a black man dressing nice with some authority and some power.
Right.
They don't want it.
Right.
And a license to kill.
And a license to kill. So
Man, Mook hit that joint and a
So-
license to kill.
So
Yes, sir.
it goes back to, again, what being put out there for
Yeah.
our young black men. We have to do better.
Hey man, that's
as
a
black
mean
men.
joint. That would be real nice
Because
to see.
imagine if they would have put him on the screen, dressed to the T, nice tailored clothes, black man, license to kill, bad, got all the weapons.
All the
Not only
So,
that, hold on, not
imagine
only that,
imagine the perception that due to young black men.
but not only that, but across the board, this man has been rated as the most sexiest man on earth through all women.
So they took him Snatch say we can't get this role. This is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Right.
That Snatch said we can't give him that role.
That's a
But
lot.
we're gonna do one better. We're gonna get a black woman the role. Because if you look at it, especially in the metropolitan area, look at who running things.
Yeah.
Women. They got the bag. They got the money.
Yeah.
They got the house. They got the car.
Yeah.
They got a license to kill. You know what I'm saying?
Your dreams.
They got a license to
Your
kill.
dreams.
So and not to put down the black woman, we gotta applaud them for their success. But the black woman has to also understand and see things through our lens too.
Right.
Not to put the black woman down,
Right.
not to say that they don't deserve what they're getting,
Right.
but they also have to understand what's underneath all that.
Right. Right.
Because how many black men you know that's in DC public schools teaching our young black men? How many black men you know in DC public schools representing black men? I know. I have a friend of mine. I have a friend of mine. He done been overseas, done taught over there, got a master's degree, come back here and have a hard time getting a job as a teacher. You know why? Because he's too opinionated. He seems to be too strong. He's just too strong.
Right.
Too black.
Right.
Too male.
Right.
And these are the problems, man, and we have to really address and talk about these issues because these problems don't never get solved if we don't talk about them.
Right.
Whether they be right or wrong. We have to talk about it so that they can be corrected.
Making these little boys more feminine.
So that's the point. So you don't have.
When
we grew up, it was a black male in the school, and he was going to whoop you.
Yeah.
And I dare you tell you perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we had male images always in our life, growing up, our age group.
Right.
Now this age group, they don't have black male in their upbringing. They don't see black men being black men.
Right.
If they do see black men being black men, it's something that they shouldn't aspire to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I got you.
And now that black male that's in their life, he's using them as flunkies instead of uplifting them.
Yeah.
So if they are seeing black men, unfortunately, it's not usually a negative image of a black man.
Right.
He gotta be slick, he gotta be a pimp, he gotta be selling dope, he gotta be hustling, he gotta be doing something slick.
Right.
But when we grew up, I seen my stepfather go to work every day. I seen my black teacher come with a necktie and shirt on and tell me, boy, you better come in here with your pants up.
Right.
But that's not happening now.
See, even the dudes on the corner was nice dressed.
Oh yeah. You see somebody on the corner. That's what inspired a lot of people to do rolling. Man, that nigga got on the big rope, got the big, he got this, man, nigga wearing furs. I want to be like you. I want to be. But, you know, I mean, again, it's just that our age group got to be more responsible for what we produce. And when they fail, it's because we haven't did our job.
Let me ask you a question, man. You got 2 customers in front of you. What's the creative process when you come in and you see these 2 guys?
Prime example, I asked him, do he like color? Because he got on black and gray.
Right.
That's basic.
Right.
And I'm not saying you don't look good in it. So when I told you put on that mustard turtleneck, so you have gold and silver, it brings you out.
Right.
It brings you out. So and there's no homo, you know.
No.
I'm saying
you know, when we was growing up, it was okay to compliment
a man.
Now that's a new thing.
Slim, you look good. Where you get that joint from?
You killing them.
Yeah. Man, you killing them.
You matter of fact, back in the day, if you even suggested no homo, I tell the young, they should be like, man, what's on your mind, man? You
where they come from?
Suspect. Man, if you thinking like that, you must be suspect. What's going on with you?
But then again, dudes are not comfortable with themselves. I can't go to some man. That don't look slick, man.
Yeah.
What, you gay or something? Man, I'm just asking. I just like how you look.
It's
I just compliment because men are comfortable with men.
Yeah.
So if you look better than me, I say, damn, man, you got it going.
Man, I always say, if I see a nice look, man, what's up, good looking? Or hey, man, check you kill him. No problem with that.
So, you know, like we have to feel comfortable with one another.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when a man come in here, hopefully they feel comfortable with me saying, suggesting something. Right. I said, man, sometimes you got to step out your comfort zone. Right. You might just say, damn, Mo, you might need to scale it back a little bit. Them too many damn colors. You might need to go basic. And I might step back and say, damn, you know what? I could have wore a black shoe instead of a purple shoe. But damn, I'm wearing a purple shoe. Gonna make a statement today. You know, so
but you can get away with that.
So, but again, people gotta know what to get away with.
Right.
And doing tasteful. Some people do too much, and some people are label holders.
Right.
Because it's Gucci, because it's Louis, they put it all together. And
Well,
like,
we started out real early though. When we started out, me and you and Tom, we started doing this. We was what, 14 and 15.
Yeah,
We was in 7th grade.
man, I'm telling you, a person who can
Seventh
dress.
grade.
This is real talk.
Started
A
off
person
real
who can dress can go in Ross,
Right.
Walmart,
Yeah.
can go anywhere.
I stay in TJ Maxx.
Can go anywhere and pick an outfit out.
Yeah.
If you think you're a bad dresser, I challenge you to go to Walmart, Target, all these stores that you wouldn't dare go in and pick out an outfit and go to an all black affair, go to some big affair and see can people see what you got on.
Yeah.
A lot of times I go with basics.
Yeah.
And because of who I feel I am,
Yeah.
I feel I look good in it. So therefore you think I look good in it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you going back to the watch. I can go and buy an outfit that totally might cost me $100 and have on a nice expensive watch. Not saying I got a nice expensive watch, but have on a nice expensive watch, and that makes the outfit. I could have on a nice expensive shoe. I could have on a Louis shoe and have on some Ross pants or K&G or KNY or any kind of, but I have on some Louis.
Right.
Or I have on Gucci. I ain't got to have on Gucci everything and Louis everything to be that.
Right.
So it goes back to a person who can dress can go anywhere and dress.
I agree with that.
Can go. It's not about how much you spend. It's how you put it together.
Yeah.
Right.
Except the hard to fit people like me, myself.
But I got a remedy for that. I got a remedy for that. And going back to where I'm at, the name of the store where we at is 1968 Haberdashery. So I know you like to dress, boo, and I've been knowing you for years, so I know what you like. So guess what? It's going back to what I'm saying. So when I go into those areas of picking stuff and having the ability to design stuff or tell them I like it in this size or this way, I have you in mind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm not gonna get something all tight. Like, man, this nigga done set me up. You know what I'm saying? So it's us getting in those forums and getting in those venues and being able to do that.
Right.
And I'm not trying to be like the only store.
Right.
I summons all these young guys who think they can dress and want to do this, come and talk to me.
Right. Right.
Let's do a chain of these things.
Right.
Because it ain't gotta be my style. It could be your style that's different, but you know your client and who you're trying to reach, and let's get them something that they can, they can put on and be comfortable with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have to build a better platform for our people.
Relationships, man.
You know. So it's not like if you look at McDonald's and Burger King, you put McDonald's and Burger King on the block and they still gonna hit their numbers.
Right.
But because they in the same block, they got people coming there and they creating the traffic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's really, man, us getting into this business, learning this business, and trying to put us, because and it's a shame that we have to defend when we talk about black people. It seems like we're racist or we thinking about. It's a shame that we have to be put in that position, and but we really have to look, because we built different.
Right.
We shaped different.
Right.
Our women are shaped different.
Right.
So we have to really address those things when it comes to fashion. You know, I don't like the crotch, how these new crotches.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I put on some pants. I bend over. I'm like, man, damn, I'm naked because they got these low waists.
Right.
You know, we have rounder buttocks than them, so we need a different waist.
Right.
You know, so it's getting into those things, man, and really trying to change the culture of. We're trying to get the culture back on the right track. You know, and I'm not saying that these youngins is on the wrong track. It's just when you
definitely on the wrong track.
No, we're not gonna say that. We're not gonna say they're on the wrong track. They're on a track that ain't gonna reap no benefits. Because even the way that we perceive our peers of younger age, people of color, our young age, I don't want to deal with you. So when you walk into other environments that people that don't look like you, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Right.
The whole key when we grew up is get in the game.
Right.
You gotta dress the part to get in the game.
Most definitely.
And if you ain't dressing the part, you ain't gonna get on the stage.
Right.
Yeah. That's my mother
To play your
said all the
part.
time. Yeah.
You're not gonna get on stage if you don't dress for your role. Dress the part
Right.
to get on stage to play your role. You're never gonna get on stage.
Right.
So you have to dress, because all of this is about perception. Nobody would never get to know you if they don't feel comfortable with trying to get to know you.
That's right.
You
My
know,
mother used to always say, "Fake it till you make it." She used to
Hey.
always say that.
Hey,
Fake
yeah.
it till you make it.
you
That
gotta
was her
fake it till
main
you make
thing.
it, and you gotta keep your fronts up. That's the first thing. You gotta keep your fronts up.
And I,
Until you get so that you can get a break, get that job, or what have you.
So Mo, out of all of these great designers out here, do you have a favorite?
Versace used to be my favorite.
Right.
Again,
And why is that?
Versace was flyborn but slick. He had some real loud pieces, but he had some subtle pieces too. So if you knew how to put it together, you could wear a Versace shirt with some nice plain Versace pants. You know, you can accent Versace. You can't. I would never wear all Versace outfit.
yeah.
He's
Too
a
loud.
major, just like I do also do construction. So you have an accent wall. What is going to be your accent piece? When you wake up in the morning, like when you dressed up, when you pick them shoes, that might have been your accent piece, and you started from there.
Right.
Or it might be your frames, and you started from there.
Right.
So every day you get up, you got an accent piece of something you have in your mind that you want to wear. Whether it's your jeans, that's your accent piece.
Right.
Now, what's gonna make them jeans pop?
Compliment.
What's gonna complement the jeans? What's gonna make them pop?
Right.
Right? So, right now, my favorite designer is Tom Ford. He clean and classy.
Right.
You see it, you know it because it's clean, it's classy, and it looks expensive. It looks expensive.
It's simple.
And it looks
Because it
expensive.
is expensive.
And he's very expensive.
Yeah.
He expensive because he going back to simple.
Simple. Yeah, keep it real
Simple, clean cuts.
Right.
And what he pride himself on is the fabrics and the stitching.
Right.
So, you know,
Simplicity is what they call it.
you look at fashion, you look at Gucci, and you be like, man, what are you doing? Who is this for? You got a shoe for man with his feet out with fur around it. It's not for me.
Right.
I never got over the pants he got with the roses all around the pants.
I'm not wearing that with snakes and roses. That's just me.
You see the pants, don't you ever see the pants with the roses all around? Like, man, what?
I'm not doing that. Now somebody else
And
can
they
pull it
tight
off.
fit too. I
Yeah.
don't think they tight fit too.
Yeah. So
I'm like, yeah.
I'm not gonna try. I probably could pull it off, but I'm not gonna try to pull it off.
They're making
Because
money right now.
I don't feel like I'm a man should have on a shirt with a bunch of roses.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just me.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
know
And
what
then-
they did?
And
What
then
they-
a lot of the stuff you look demonic. Snakes,
Demonic, yeah.
skeletons, bones. That's not fashion to me.
Right.
You know, so I stay away from a lot of that stuff.
Their marketing, they created what they created, and what they realized is that people are label whores. And so Gucci used to have this straight slick stuff with the G's. Now they realize that they can make so much more money by putting the colors, the Gucci all over everything, and people gonna buy it. Especially lower to middle income people, because they're making a lot of money. This is that's a luxury item.
Right.
But they're making a lot of money for people who are label whores,
And really don't
low
have the money to
income
spend.
people, and
They
don't
really
have
just
money
don't
to
have the
spend.
money to spend.
Now this is a good movie for everybody to go watch. The House of Gucci. Good movie to go watch. You'll get an understanding. One of the problems is that people will come in and say, man, you ain't got no Burberry, you ain't got no Gucci. If I get it, you're not gonna buy it from me,
Right.
first of all.
Right.
Because either you're not gonna want to pay me because I can only charge you maybe $300 to $400 less than what it is in the big department stores.
Right.
And I'm just carrying it to get you in here to have the name.
Right.
And I'm not making no money off it because I'm not. It's a high item. I gotta buy so many pieces.
Yeah.
It's probably a last year piece of. It's probably a last year style or something.
Right.
So if I get it, it's gonna be old.
Right.
And then I'm getting it for just a little bit below what it's cost.
Right.
So if I get it in, it's great because you could say you got Gucci
Right.
from me.
Right.
But I didn't really make no money.
You didn't make no
I
profit.
would get it in to try to sell your Gucci blazer and then sell you my shoe.
Right.
You see, because I would make the money off my shoe. So the draw is to get you in here for Gucci. But Another problem is that we have been tricked for so long with these labels, and that's why I suggest everybody go see the House of Gucci. Gucci, remember Gucci went all the way down and it was just some garbage.
Right.
You can find it on the stands, black market. I mean, they call it bootlegging, counterfeit.
Yeah.
It wasn't bootlegging. It was black market because Gucci flooded the market with their own stuff, so that for the people who can't afford it can buy it, so that they can feel like they got the real Gucci, which they actually had the real Gucci. It's just Gucci, that uncle. That y'all go see the movie. The person who was the uncle, he flooded the market because all he wanted was the money. It wasn't fake. It was black market.
Right.
And we get tricked so many times with this fake, real black market. We getting tricked so many times and times over. Because you gotta understand, if I sell you something and you look good in it, he gonna want it. And my name become big, Gucci. So when you start seeing a lot of Gucci. So now people who can afford it and like it, they gonna go buy the authentic.
Right.
What they think is the authentic. So it's basically I'm paying for marketing because I'm using you as my advertising.
Right.
I'm making it affordable for everybody can see my name everywhere.
Right.
Man, that's deep. You know,
So it's marketing.
That's interesting. I remember, man, we was playing basketball one time. This older dude, I had the Nike T-shirt. He was like, man, how much Nike pay you for that? I said, what? He said, you know, that's free advertising. How much they pay you for that? And it just made me rethink about what I put on, because he was just saying, you doing free you paid to advertise these people's company.
Right.
And I thought that was, and I was a young dude, and it took me, I was like, man, that is deep. And it kind of changed my perception of wearing stuff, you know, especially stuff that I don't really stand behind. Like you said, you don't like the snakes and the fly with the demonic type.
Yeah, the skull heads and all that
so
stuff.
it made me rethink about, you know, how consumption and marketing is. And that's a very powerful point. That make a lot of sense, because that's what, you know, people don't realize that Nike costs about $10 to make.
Not even that.
They make, well, not even that, but they make their money because they got to pay LeBron James $2 million or $40 million. They make their money, so what they getting their money back because they paying these athletes to market it, and so
Man.
they gotta. So you paying for the price.
Not to cut you off, Neil, but they had a 60 Minutes jump with Nike on there, and they asked the dude, how can you charge $200 or $300 for a pair of Jordans when you know they only cost you $3.65 to get them made and shipped, because you get so many made in China.
Yeah, of course.
To ship.
Yeah.
You know what he told them people? He said they don't stay on the shelf no longer than 45 minutes nationwide. They don't stay on. Now, why should I? 45 minutes nationwide, they gone.
But you know, it going back, like I said, to
So
we have to do better marketing of what we want. What we want our young black men to do.
And tell me this, what do you think about the, I'd like to know, to order y'all, because now when I go into like supposed to be luxury brand spots like Neiman and Marcus and stuff like that, they don't sell hard shoes no more. I mean, they do, very rare. Now everything is the $500 tennis shoes. What do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I mean, because it's going back to people, they giving us what we crave.
What you crave, yeah.
Crave it. They don't care how it looks. If you go to Gucci creative artists and say what inspired you, you ask them what inspired them. You know, you go to Louis Vuitton, any of these top people, you ask them what's inspired them. You know, and the answer is the money. You know, and they know what's going to sell.
Just like if you watch like
they do numbers. They do stats. You know what sells. So if young men are not wearing hard bottom shoes, why would I be making hard bottom shoes?
It's hard to buy some nice hard bottom shoes.
So if everybody's willing to pay $300 for Jordans, let's just say, and I say I'm Gucci, you wearing tennis shoes and you're not wearing my tennis shoes? Oh, I need to make some tennis shoes. Because if you pay $300 for Gucci, you're gonna definitely pay $500 for mine. Because I'm Gucci, I'm above Jordan. Because I'm a creative designer, fashion house. I'm a powerhouse. I'm big in the business. So if the kids like tennis shoes, we're gonna give them tennis shoes, and we're gonna charge them $1,500 for a tennis shoe. So why would I make a dress shoe charge you $1,500, when I can make a tennis shoe and charge you $1,500. It's still a shoe.
Yeah.
But this shoe is gonna fly off the shelf.
Yeah.
Man, they got the
Beyonceados, yeah.
and all these shoes that look like handicap shoes, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I actually went into Neiman's, and I was curious. I picked it up, man. This shoe's so daggone heavy. I'm like,
man.
who wears this all day?
Yeah.
Like moon boots. Yeah.
But
Ralph Lauren got the same tennis
but
shoes.
you have people in there arguing and mad that they don't have their size.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? They mad that they don't have their size. So we created this monster of tennis shoes because the kids wear tennis shoes. They don't wear dress shoes. So they just giving the supply and demand.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you look at all the sports shows like Inside the NFL or NBA, the NBA channel, when they get up and go to the board, when they get up and they explain the plays to you, they have on $3,000, $5,000 suits with tennis shoes.
Okay. You help me out, Mookie. So this is what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Because the simple fact, Shaq got all the money in the world to buy a pair of shoes, but he can't because nobody making shoes his size.
Right.
That's a nice dress shoe that he would feel comfortable with.
Right.
That's what inspired me. So when I started my shoe line, when I first started my shoe line, I was shooting to make sizes 13 to 22.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is because those sizes, I don't care how much money you have, you can't walk into Louis, you can't walk into Gucci, you can't walk into Ferragamo, you can't walk in nowhere and get a shoe. I don't care how much money you got.
Because I got
And guess
extra
what?
wide foot and it's hard to find.
Right. So one of the things I was trying to do is get that market. Way back, this is a thought of mine, way back when the NBA mandated that they should wear suits or ties on when they sitting on the bench.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? They have to start dressing. That's when Iverson was
Yeah,
wearing all the
yeah,
tattoos and it was just too ghetto.
Right.
So they started saying that they need to start dressing and wearing suits and ties and stuff and being more professional when they sit on the bench.
Right.
But the reality is them guys have big feet.
Yeah.
They athletes. They don't have shoes that can fit them.
Right.
So this is an opportunity. I thought it was an opportunity. And I still think it's an opportunity.
Right.
To design shoes. Tony, get that shoe right there. To design shoes. The burgundy bunk strap. So all you guys who don't know about shoes, I showed y'all a classic wingtip
Oh, that's
spectator.
is that the joint I
This is
like?
a monk
Yeah,
strap.
This is the joint I was looking
This is a
at.
monk strap. Now feel this.
Yeah.
Now, had that shoe had Ferragamo on it, I wouldn't be able to keep it.
Right.
Feel it. Look
Yeah.
at it. And tell me what you think.
Man,
That,
nice
that
leather.
shoe right there is made
It's
off what
stitched.
you call glove leather. I had it made in Spain.
Right.
It's glove
Nice.
leather, right?
So more while we talking about it, what's the price?
Those are $325.
That's not bad at all.
And that shoe is superior to a Ferragamo because the leather is better. That's what you call glove leather. But these are things that some people don't look for quality, they look for names.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So going back to what I was saying, I'm trying to create a line. So for
You see
people
that?
who have big
Yeah, I
feet,
like
who wear size 13 to 22s, that they can buy a nice dress shoe that don't look
Show it to
crazy.
the camera.
Because you know, Mo,
Show it to the camera.
Mo.
Upper side, the buffer side.
First thing he said, man, you little guys can dress, right?
Yeah.
So that was inspiring me to have clothes that you like, that I like, that gonna look good on you and your size. So it going back to getting into the business and getting into the industry so that we can come big. Because everybody's not small, everybody's not petite, everybody don't want slim fit, everybody don't want these things.
Right.
There is a market for regular size.
Right.
There's a I'm talking about good quality stuff. I ain't talking about usually when you see big sizes it's cheap.
Right.
But where's the quality?
Yeah, so Tony, that like 30 years ago, I wanted to start a clothing line for hard to fit people because I don't like trying on clothes.
Right.
Everybody said, man, you wear Ralph Lauren. I wear Ralph Lauren stuff like 14, 15. Yeah, because I know my size and I can just go in there and grab it. I don't got to try it on or nothing.
Right.
So a lot of people think like I think. They just don't like trying on stuff all the time.
Right.
So I always wanted to get a store where my customers can come in, I can get their sizes, and they can pick out a piece or two and give me a week, and I can just have their size made.
Yeah, so these are things like if that's something you inspire to do, I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to we can't corner the market. So
Yeah.
people who's inspired to get into fashion and find their niche and try to find out the business and get to know business, I'm right here. So, you know, because it's needed. It's needed for us to start designing stuff, getting things that we like, that fit us, that we can wear.
I'll tell you, a nice custom fit pants and shirt knocks off 15 pounds. When I was getting my clothes made, when I was younger, I used to come up on the avenue, I used to get my stuff made. It knocks off 15 pounds. Your clothes fit correctly.
Right.
When they fit correctly, you know what I'm talking about? And I was like, if a person would go online and pick out a shirt and I already got his size in my shop because he came in, and I had a shirt made, he can have it in 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I'm talking about?
But they doing a lot of that now on Instagram stuff. You can take a picture of your body and it scans it and send it out there.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of things.
I know I'm not the only person like that don't like actually going to the store, taking off all your clothes.
It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things that's out there. But getting back on track, Tony, is that again it comes from us dressing well, and so that the young men can see us and they can try to emulate. Hopefully it'll catch on. You know,
I got a couple more questions for you. How important is grooming with fashion?
Oh, you can't do one without the other.
Okay.
You know, my hair looking crazy. I need a haircut.
No, that's the style now.
No,
that's
it's
the
style now, but that's their style.
Yeah.
I still want to be cleaner.
Right.
You know, so I do need a haircut because if it's no more than a shape up. You know.
So
what I'm
do
saying?
you go with the pedicures and the manicures? Or?
I don't.
Right.
I don't do the pedicures and manicures. Maybe every now and then. I just keep my nails short.
Right.
I always keep my nails short.
You keep
because
these nice.
You don't want dirt up under your nails. That's a turn off.
Right.
That's a turn off for anyone, and it's not clean.
Right.
Long nails is not clean.
Right.
So the grooming is a very important. I mean, you can put on a $1,000 suit and you don't smell good.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have colognes. You
Right.
gotta have some nice colognes. You
Right.
know, the basic colognes. You
Right.
know, you have to.
So speaking of that, why don't you share a little bit about your insight about colognes?
Oh man, that cologne game is expensive, bro. That's a long game. That's an expensive game now because a bottle of cologne, if you go with Bond 9, you're talking about $500. They start at $225 and go all the way up to $5. You're talking about Creed. Everybody know about Creed now. You're talking about $2 and goes up. You know, they have so many colognes out here, and that's another game that's heavy.
Right.
You know, that's them colognes cost.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to have your grooming got to be good.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean,
you gotta smell good.
I mean, even going back
You run out of
to
muscles, you gotta smell good.
yeah,
You gotta
even
smell
if you
good.
go back to the like a lot of these artists that we see on stage that's rapping, you know, they have Balenciaga, they have Gucci, they have Louis, but they look dirty.
Yeah.
You know, because they're not well groomed.
Right. That's the reason I asked you that.
You know, so they not well groomed. So you have on this hell of an outfit, but you're grooming. It doesn't carry over.
Right.
You have to have a carry over. You know, so you got it's even to having. You can't put on a suit with a shoe that's scuffed up. You need to have your shoes shine.
Right.
That's why we have a shoe shine stand here.
Right.
You know, because you have to. It's from head to toe. It's actually from head to toe. And in the middle of that head to toe, you're gonna have an accent piece, whether it be your shirt, whether it be your pants, whether it be your shoes, whether it be your frames, you know, or it could be the haircut.
Right.
The haircut can make the outfit, you know. So it's from head to toe. It's literally from head to toe, and everything has to fit.
And so let me ask you a question. Do you think fitness play a part in fashion?
Come on, man.
He's
throwing dots. He's throwing dots. Man, I don't care you the same size from high school, man. Everybody the same high school.
You shooting below the belt in there.
People ask me every day, what Tone doing? I say, Tone don't eat. You can't be like Tone,
bro.
You can't be like that.
Well,
he work out every day and don't eat.
Yes
for 4
and
days
no.
a week.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Body. Yes and no. If you're not well fit like yourself, then you don't need to be wearing tight things.
Right.
You need to find clothes that fit your body. You know, I can't wear slim fit. I can in some things, but not everything.
Right.
So it's not about your body.
Right.
It's respecting your body and giving it its rights.
Right.
And dressing according to your body.
Okay.
So, what look good on me ain't gonna look good on Mook.
Right.
What look good on Mook ain't gonna look good on me.
Right.
So he see this sweater, say, damn, well, that's a bad sweater. But if he put it on because it's size, because it's size, it takes on a whole nother look.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Especially when you're dealing with prints and stripes and things like that. Like I wouldn't tell him to wear horizontal stripes. I would have him wear vertical stripes.
Right.
I would tell Mook wear vertical stripes
Right.
instead of horizontal stripes because it makes you gonna look wide.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so you have to know these things
Okay.
and respect your body and get in your lane.
Okay.
You know, because it look good on you, Tone, don't mean it's gonna look good on me.
Right.
Like me, I don't wear pleated pants.
Right.
I wear flat fronts because it gives me a slimmer look.
Right.
A slim dude like him can wear pleats.
Right.
Because when you wear pleats, it looks big here.
Right.
Because you got more material because it's pleated.
Right.
But when you wear a flat front, it makes you look slimmer.
Okay.
You know, so these are the things. Even with your cuffs, how your pants hang. Because if they too long and they sitting over your shoe, it makes your pants look bigger.
Right.
And it takes away the slimness.
Okay.
You know, so even with your blazers, you don't want to put on a blazer. Let me give you an example. I think I can fit this one. No, this is too small. But anyway, I'm gonna try it. Okay. So when you put on a blazer, this is a good fit for me.
Right.
It could be, and because I got the sweater. But if I put my blazer on, I can put it like this. It's too big.
Right. Okay.
You know, your sleeves. When you reach out, you should be able to see my watch and my whatever I have on my wrist.
Right.
The cuffs of your jacket shouldn't come over your hand.
Right.
You shouldn't be able to do this. You shouldn't be able to do this with your jacket
Right.
when you're wearing a suit. That's
Right.
not how it should be cut.
Right.
So even if you look at the back, when I button it accents the V.
Right. Gotcha.
You know, so it's respecting your body, and you, like Mook said, a nice tailored stuff can make you lose 15 pounds. It can accent the parts that need to be accented. You know, if you have it tailored, because the tailored is going to act when you have something tailored and has you fit right, it's going to accent the parts, the strengths of your body.
Okay.
Man, I had
It's going to hide your weaknesses and brings out your strengths. That's why you get something tailored, to hide your weaknesses and bring out your strengths.
Okay.
So if you have shoulders, you want to
Accent.
accent that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have a stomach, you make it a little here so it fits.
Right.
Because when it fit, it's gonna make you have a nice posture.
Right.
If it fit right, it's gonna make you have a nice posture where you're gonna fit straight.
Okay.
Where if you find something big, you're gonna fill it out.
Yeah.
You're gonna fill it out. So it's very important to know your body type and get stuff tailored to your body, because it benefits you. It brings out your strengths and hides your weaknesses.
Okay. And Mo, I got one more question for you, man. You've been doing this since I can remember. What's your most proudest moment in fashion and why?
My most proud when I go out and buy all this stuff and hand pick this stuff. When someone come in and they like it just as much as I do.
Okay.
That's something that's priceless. That's somebody that I went out and picked these things.
Right.
Not knowing whether it's gonna sell or not.
Right.
But when that person walked through the door and they put it on and they feel good and they have joy in wearing it and they feel like, yeah, I'm the man,
Yeah.
that brings me so much joy.
Man. Okay, well let me show my piece I bought for my wife. I
Okay.
got this from Miss Misty. I got this for you, baby. Coming home, baby. Coming home, baby.
Coming home to you.
Yeah. Y'all please like and subscribe to the channel. Mo, give them your address, man.
I'm here on 5113 Baltimore Avenue, Hyattsville, Maryland. The name of the store is 1968 Haberdashery. Please come by and see me. I have female clothes as well. And let me give you my spiel on that. I'm really not putting female clothes in here for the females to come. I'm putting female clothes in here so healthily when these young men or men come in the shop that I can try to help strengthen relationships where men can buy gifts for their wives and their significant others and their mothers and things like that. and it brings about a culture where hopefully there's young men in the house and they can see a man being a man by bringing their wife or their mother or their daughter or their sister gifts, so they can get in their mind the role of the man is to protect, provide, and maintain. So we have to redefine our roles as men, especially as black men. So I welcome the women, but I more so welcome the men to come in and shop for your women. Whether it be your sister, your mother, your grandmother, whatever woman in your life, come in and buy her a gift and show the love and show how men, us black men, take care of our women. That's the whole thing, is we have to take care of our women. In turn, they will take care of us.
Man, we appreciate you, man. Hashtag love through fashion.
There you go.
You got anything you want to say, boo?
Nah, man, I just appreciate
You know, I always like to say mind, body, and soul, black functional man.
Always give God the glory, and man, we appreciate you, man.
Man, I appreciate
you.
y'all.
We gotta come back, man, because this, we got to come back.
Hey, come back.
Man, we gotta.
But look, this is a round table.
Yeah.
This is more than a store. This is a round table.
Okay.
Because I can't get it right if people ain't giving me feedback or telling me what I'm doing wrong or what I need.
That's right.
And we can't help one another if we're not talking.
That's right.
And we have to talk about what's really going on.
That's right.
Not just about the game, what happened on the game last night. The Redskins lost. You know what I'm saying? The Redskins lost. But yeah, we have to talk. We have to talk, and that's what men do.
That's right.
We got to get back to doing what men do.
We got to get back to that.
Men talk.
That's right.
All that fighting, picking up guns, because they don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
They don't know how to deal with confrontations.
That's right.
They don't know how to deal with confrontations as men.
Right.
So, no, please don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of these young men, these boys, is being raised by females. Females are emotional, so they become emotional.
Yeah.
So they get emotional in their feelings and start acting like females.
Right.
That's why we got all these senseless killings and people getting mad. Yeah, you said this about me, bop, 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 bop. That's emotional.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you said something about me, I'm bust you in your mouth. If you don't like what I said, I'm gonna punch you in your mouth.
And look at this, Mo. Back in the day, if you could say something behind my back, and when I see you say, "Hey, what's up, Mo?" It wasn't worth me busting you in the mouth.
There you go.
That's how we carried a lot of times. It wasn't worth me busting you in the mouth. You couldn't say it in my face. Now
It's
they
a
on
lot
the
of
internet.
talk. Like I said, it's a lot of issues we need to talk about as black men in our community.
Okay.
And if we don't talk about it, they won't get to hear it. And then we're not going to save them all, but it's just like one person that might hit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might be one person hit. Hit. Or they see that, man. Yeah, Tone still snap me, and he got a stiff jab. Yes, sir. And he got a stiff jab. So but no. But back in the day, if you can dress, you better know how to fight. If you get dressed, you better know how to fight, because somebody gonna test you.
Somebody gonna test you.
So the dresses was fighting.
Yeah.
Don't get it mixed. Don't get it twisted. If you can dress, you better know how to fight.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.